y'all doing? I like that energy. Y'all having fun? Y'all making friends? All right, cool. Cool. So my name is Ciara Chantelle. I'm excited to be here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Voices in Power. Lewis, thank you, Rec. My main focus with poetry, I do a lot of mental health, stability. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I think especially like in today's day and age, we all say like social media is cliche and like, don't follow what everybody's doing on social media, don't compare, but like it's easier said than done. And I feel like we subconsciously do it on a day-to-day so much. So yeah, this is for, all right, real quick. You know them people that just be like, oh my God, everything's so great. It's so zen and love and light and happy and rainbows and rabbits. And I'm not that person at all. Like, I'm going to keep it so thorough with you. So let's get into it. Y'all ready for the first piece? All right. If you had $1 for every time you stayed overtime and almost gave up on your dreams, you'd be wealthier than the men who designed the labels on your jeans. So why you be so quick to tap out? Did you think you'd make it by tap dancing with your hands out? Success via standing out ain't for the faint of heart, and still you parallel park beside the shortcuts in hopes of getting there quicker. And you point your finger so often I can feel the splinters on your skin whenever you pinky promise. You're the little engine that could, you just haven't trained enough, Thomas. And the phrase patience is a virtue hurts you every time you hear it. In fact, you fear it and place your journey on a stopwatch. You keep pacing that quickly, your next alarm clock will be when your heart stops, but you can't think that far ahead. So instead, you occupy your days sparring with unhealed scars in bed. Who said this would be child's play? Is that what your inner child say? Because you got plenty V's for vendettas, a victim vanishing into pure vanity, so you vow to verbalize the vile way. No wonder you feel underaccomplished. With your mind in the gutter, that clutter is an accomplice to an impoverished state of mind. And you too pressed to stay on the grind. You forgot to say grace and give thanks just for staying alive. Yo, where Lewis at? Damn, my fault. Don't tell Lewis, but I just put my set together today, so that's why I'm grabbing my phone. Don't mind me. Don't tell him, though. All right. This piece is called Ghostwriting. This is what it's like to be in my head. I'll try not to give too much of a disclaimer. Yeah, I mean, if you're an artist and you feel chaos in your brain, then I hope you resonate. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I disappear into thin air very often. A modern-day William Shakespeare, I'm a ghost writer, writing for any misconceived emotions because my 2 cents have never made sense except to my 5 senses. So understand that I never have intentions of coming back to life. When I'm in my head, I often forget that I tend to play dead, so I find myself playing charades with strangers, attempting to amuse and entertain the crowd. I can be a clown for another round until Simon says, get back to the circus. Your thoughts have been unattended to for just a second, but I promise you, self-destruction has never felt this comfortable. I find comfort in my imagination, a safe haven, a replacement for awkward conversations. See, I see pirates on the trains and hidden treasures beneath the sands. I'm Alice in Wonderland, so forgive me if I feel safe here, dear, because it isn't you, it's me. Multiple thoughts at once are subtly seducing. This is mental polygamy at its best. Where rest is forbidden, I dream where the wild things are. Where Elm Street meets Jurassic Park, and where thunderstorms meet Noah's Ark, and where going to sleep is like agreeing to your dreams being lynched after dark. I wish my mind's pace were more patient, less audacious, more peaceful, less invasive. Let's face it, concentration will escape the second we're face to face. I wish me, myself, and I were more acquainted. But neither one of us are willing to initiate the mediation. You see, patience and meditation seem far-fetched. I'm simply displaced, not detached. There's a difference. For instance, 24/7, three perspectives possess my attention, so answering any questions like, yo, what's on your mind, makes me nauseous. I fall into exhaustion, struggling to find answers till I can literally taste the words, nothing, I'm absolutely fine. Regurgitate and become professional dancers, rehearsing on my tongue. A job well done to my puppets, now the show must go on. Act 4, scene 1, and I'm Macbeth. Watching witches prophesize my potential as if angels weren't convincing enough. Aristotle, convince me this once. No great genius has ever existed without some touch of madness, because I'm buried alive and this little light of mine is a casket, so please, pour me a glass of whatever you have as we discuss how Edgar Allan Poe and Van Gogh appeared to the masses. Maybe then you'd understand my absence, or how I almost sold my soul to Mary Jane in exchange for some rose-colored glasses. You see, distractions are how I keep a peace of mind. But keep in mind that a penny for your thoughts couldn't buy a peace of mind. When I'm a mime in my interactions, when you see me, don't judge my actions. I'm simply thinking out loud. Y'all making me so happy. Stop. All right. Woo, okay, I was nervous about this one, but let's do it. All right, so real quick, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago or something like that, I was working at this corporate job, and I don't know, raise your hand if you work in corporate or office. Sheesh, I'm late. Nobody is working in the office anymore. Okay, all right. So anyway, I was working for the office. It wasn't the right vibe. I was hopping around from house to house. It wasn't stable, and my parents were getting on my nerves, and I realized, I sat down and I was just like, yo, I saw this quote on Twitter and it was like, adulthood is the worst hood I've ever lived in. So I wrote this piece. It kind of like sums all that up, and it's called The Grown-Up Blues. My landlord obviously got a problem with me. I've been out voyaging the Odyssey. Meanwhile, my apartment must be something you gotta see, because he been in it with some tenants and never mentioned it to me. Not to mention, I'm at this job where my boss be self-projecting for free. At this point, I'm being tested every week, not to speak unless I'm spoken to. My coworker's like, maybe you're unapproachable, and that's why they're not promoting you? But I call bullshit. So what if I ain't known to cool it whenever I get heated? It ain't my fault this office ain't got the right leaders, and if y'all call this home and this is my stepping stone, that makes one of us the underachiever. But don't get it twisted, I ain't so holy or righteous either. I got grudges I'm trying to stop making love with. Maybe then I would understand that my mom does love me. She just don't hug her kids. So I need to find that embrace elsewhere. But don't look to dad, because dad act like he don't understand, like he never been in that hole, like he never fell there. Our misunderstandings ain't good for my health, but he paid for my health care, so I guess that make us even. Cheer up, sad Steven, at least you're breathing, right? You got book smarts, you got street smarts, you got long limbs, you could keep reaching, right? Nah, I'm in a cage in Bane's pit. What they don't get is from this angle, I can't even see the light. So where am I going? Atlantis or Croatoan? I gotta make a move before the river of rules continue overflowing. They hinder my inner child, the one I barely pay attention to, the one I rarely notice. I'm headed nowhere fast, but this time I gotta be on the right one way. And if so, tell my landlord I'll be out by this Sunday. How y'all enjoying them so far? Yeah? Okay. Again, my name is Ciara Chantelle. Let's keep going. All right. So I feel like a lot of us feel called to do something, and then we also are just so self-conscious and like doubtful that we can actually do it. A lot of us is conditioning and environment. But yeah, this is called No Doubt. And just whatever, I'm gonna get into it. Disclaimers are weird, right? Okay. Um, am I still a leader if I have a notebook full of unexecuted ideas? If I want to teach Mona Lisa pieces, but in the form of verbal speeches, would that make me Jesus or like a mad genius? I mean, I gotta be a high priestess at least, or a fool at best. Repetitive sessions and lectures replay in my head when it's time to rest and play dead when it's time to come alive. And if you know me, you know that I don't like my fire sustainable. I'm on gas station trips, but there's no gas available. And now I got half-baked passions that are invading and degrading my greatest thoughts into biodegradables. Am I still a leader if I don't take the same advice I gave to you? If I saw you put your thoughts into a cradle and take the cradle to the grave and told you the night before I had been doing the same thing, would you still allow me to save a few? Or would you push through the wire? Because I too was sunken into the church's holy water, but still baptized by the fire. So much will, and still I'm forced to tread lightly on treadmills and vacant basements where caged birds utter words with a freedom and patience like cadence. I simply articulated, I translated. Have I not conveyed it correctly enough? Lone wolf, have you not been friendly enough? Or have you been called on after stalling and self-sabotage because you ain't feel ready enough? It's never been your inability to lead. What's your foundation? What do you believe? If you don't look up to you, why would we? They don't call it the rolls out of the concrete for nothing. If not yourself, you ought to put your faith into something. All right. It is warm up here. All right, intentions of an artist. Let's do, all right, cool. All right. Hopefully he can't see me from here. This is intentions of an artist. So today's a giveaway to our high school students. Like, shout out to our students going back to the city. I think these spaces are really important because, like, we didn't have these spaces when we were, like, really young, and then, like, the kids in Philly gonna grow up and be able to come here, and I just think that's dope, but, like, word. Okay, this is called Intentions of an Artist. So people are like, yo, what do you want to do with poetry? And I'm like, I'm doing it. So this is what I want to do with poetry. I've been turning poetry into prophetic popsicles. Admiring the audience as they lick the drips of these consonants off their lips and wipe the vowels off the corners of their mouth. Rock and roll in my soul, Beethoven in the flesh. Can you taste this sound? Can you feel the rounds of sleepless nights I've sacrificed to conjure up lines that could make your spirit rise like Ouija boards? Verbal swords that'll make your inner demon shake. I'm an earth sign intending on making the earthquake, so I just gotta keep it real. I heal through this poetry. Like a phoenix with like 13 ghosts in me. This here passion derives from ashes, which puts the neo soul in me. Now I got souls to feed. Mama, I got to go, because I got gold to weed out the minds of children who simply don't have the time to analyze their own dreams when they wake up. So I want to take a fountain of truth and pour it into the juice that our fountains of youth drink, just so that life wouldn't be such a hard pill for them to swallow. I want my poetry to help the pessimist not worry about tomorrow when there's so much beauty in today. Despite the beast at bay, allow me to create fairy tales that'll keep you all safe. Allow me to play Rocky and put little creeds in a cage to help destroy those empty voids. Allow me to turn Pinocchios into real boys. Real boys, bring me your limits. If you could serve a mindset on a dinner plate, would you bring me your restrictions? For in return, I'd create a picnic on top of Lauren Hills, or we can sit in the sands by the Frank Oceans. Frankly, I'm hoping this cause has some effect, because you are witnessing a butterfly effect in motion. This isn't a hobby. Not when I'm daydreaming of prejudice and dead bodies. Not when somewhere in the world a little girl is dying for trying to speak her mind on inequality. I intend on balancing the scales of justice like a Libra's prodigy, a fanatic of freedom. I want the hood to feel like thy kingdom, with syllables at every stop sign and soliloquies in every shadow. We'll replace bombs over Baghdad with songs over banjos and pianos. So let's put a match to your dying candle and set this world on fire in poetic form. Bring me your thunderstorms, and in return, I'll create survival stories or prophetic popsicles. Thank you. Y'all so funny. All right, next piece. Ready? We still good? We still paying attention? Okay. All your homies expect you to do well, but ain't nobody really checking on your mental health, including yourself. What a shame the games we play to maintain our status in the Hunger Games, and you keep turning your personal hurdles into a rabbit and a turtle race. How's the chase going, knowing you're the only one that's playing? Super Saiyan is an understatement when this kind of transformation requires space. Stop letting everyone into your space, giving them a place to lie their burdens. Your sanity is malnourished because you're too busy serving sympathy to everyone else but your own psyche. And now you might be less likely to save the world if you're too busy fighting divine timing by disguising those wounds you have yet to heal. How does it feel knowing that a thief can come and steal your peace because your lack of boundaries gave them permission? You're just a gift that keeps on giving, a Santa Claus with no Christmas in return. No excuse should excuse you from not putting yourself first. What, you scared of your past or something? What, you scared your friends gonna laugh or something? Because what you feel is what you attract. So if you assume or consume the idea that you're lacking, that's exactly what you'll be waking up and having. Absence for breakfast. You're a habitual skeptic. And a visual paradox being the culprit in question, but you keep looking for someone else to blame. You keep looking for someone else to explain why equivalent exchange don't apply to you, why your peace of mind won't reconcile with you, God complex with no God inside of you, but you want your disciples to decipher you? How apathetic. Playing the victim when your pain is self-inflicted, how passive-aggressive. And now the joker's been afraid of the hand he's been dealt with. How unimpressive. I declare war on your intentions, on those excuses, because they don't sound absolute, only half true-ish. See, you've been using your childhood traumas as daily mantras and have the nerve to look at karma as if she's doing something wrong, as if she's the problem. All right. All right, I got one more for y'all. Okay. Yo, if I could choose, this is great. If I could choose to like be reborn in a different era, it would probably be like the 70s. I would want to be like 21 in the 70s. Wow, this is probably not safe to say, but like, I thought hitchhiking was really cool until I started hearing about the documentaries about what happened to the people who were hitchhiking. But anyway, imagine we were all hitchhiking, okay? We're like in the 70s, hitchhiking for whatever reason, and we just run into each other, and we just talking. All right, okay, cool. Y'all sound like y'all on the same page with me. All right, this is called hitchhiking. This is my last piece. You can follow me, though. Okay. I am an interesting kind of thief that's here to steal your ignorance. An informative bandit. Now hand me that baggage. Hand me that horse and carriage of a dream you desire but won't aspire to really see through. See you still smitten over make-believes. Wake up and smell the roses. You ought to taste the leaves and find your way back to the grapevine. Find your truth before you find your tomb and they bury you in that costume. Ain't no class clowns underground. Ain't nobody to lie to. So inhale and unveil yourself, or they'll blackmail you and call it building character. Misery loves company and you married her. subconsciously though. Like, it's easy to be shameless when we're faceless like the monsters we know, even the lyrical kind. These wealthy words could turn a pair of dimes into a revolutionary paradigm. So in the meantime, I'd rather rob you of oblivion. Psychological abductions, I'm here to bring the missing children in. So tell those along the road the stories of the girl who pickpockets your mental wallet for a piece of your soul and swaps it for a subtle dose of knowledge. You can catch me out hitchhiking. I got ignorance for gold. Thank you. All right, y'all, thank you again. That was my last piece, but thank you. I can't. It's other people on the list. No, I'm really grateful to be here. Follow me, y'all. All right. My followers don't know this, but y'all gonna know this. If you follow me, don't tell nobody. But yeah, so next week I have my website finally being released. This is 10 years of performances. This is 10 years of just content. I also just started a blog, it's called See Uncensored. So if you think that was hot, wait till you just like read what I got to say about a couple things. So please follow me, talk to me, hit me up. I'm friendly, and thank you. Thank you.